Hello everyone, welcome back to today's episode of Learning Information Literacy. And in this episode, we're taking you guys through plagiarism. We'll be discussing what plagiarism is. We'll be taking you guys through all the details, whatever you need to know about plagiarism and how to avoid it. Let's start it off with what's plagiarism. Plagiarism refers to using or copying another person's idea, words, or work without properly giving credits to the original authors or the source. This is done. This can be either intentionally or unintentionally, but it's a crime that is always treated as an offense, and it's a criminal offense that you can be arrested for. That's why it's important to avoid plagiarism. So I will take you on the different steps you can take to avoid plagiarism. First of all, these are the these are the list of the ways you can avoid plagiarism. We have the understanding what constitutes plagiarism. Then we have the second one, that's using proper citation. Then we have another one that is paraphrasing correctly. Then we have another one that is managing sources carefully. And we have this one that's using plagiarism detection tools. Then we have another one that is using common knowledge. Then we have the last one that is using understanding academic integrity policies. So let's dive on it. We'll discuss each of these points one by one. We'll start off with understanding what constitutes plagiarism. So as you see, plagiarism, we have very many. What constitutes plagiarism means what before you find a solution to something, you need to know what is it really. So in this point, we will teach you. I will be teaching you what constitute what are the things that if you do in your academic work would mean you have done plagiarism. First of all, we have what we call copying someone else's word for word without quotation marks and citation. This is what we call the direct plagiarism. We have in this, for example, if you pick a quote from some book, but you use it in your work without writing the citation on it or using quotation marks, it would look like you are the owner of that idea, and yet the truth is that you are not. So you need to always do that to avoid direct plagiarism. Then we have when you are using your previous work without permission or acknowledgement. Remember, your work, you have published it somewhere, maybe in a publication house, and they have registered it. So any other work that will come after that, you need to acknowledge that you are using that work in order to avoid what we call self-plagiarism. That's you are the one doing it to yourself as an author, doing it to your past work, not acknowledging. We will go. There's another one that is when you are borrowing phrases or terms from a source without credits or acknowledging, or even if you mix it with your own work. Some people will think, maybe I could just pick a few words from here and there and create my own word, and nobody will notice. This is what we call the mosaic plagiarism. People can detect it and they will prosecute you for plagiarism. Then we have another one that is failing to cite sources properly or misrepresenting the sources of your ideas. Maybe you did not do it intentionally, or maybe you did it intentionally. This one also constitutes what we call the accidental plagiarism, and it's also a criminal offense. We will go ahead to proper using proper citation. Citation may be in text citation. Anytime you refer to any idea, facts, or a statement from someone else work, include a citation, and this citation should be in accordance to the citation style, say APA, MLA, or Chicago style, depending on the discipline. So you need to familiarize yourself with your citation style before carrying out your work. Quotation marks should be used when directly quoting someone else's word or and include the source of the idea. Then you should paraphrase even when rephrasing someone else's idea in your own word. I mean during paraphrasing, even if when you are rephrasing someone else's idea in your own word, you need to cite the source. We will go ahead to the next one, that is during paraphrasing, you need to paraphrase it correctly. To ensure that you understand the source and the source of material and reword it as in a way that reflects your own understanding without copying the original structures or phrasing. After paraphrasing, cite the source. This one is clear. We will go for the next one, that is managing sources carefully. When you need to keep track of your sources as you research, organize your sources in your reference manager. Management tools like Zetro, EndNote, or Medley Desktop or Reference Manager to ensure that you don't lose track of where specific quotes have come from. This will help you in citing. You need to also separate your own ideas from those of others. That's why you use quotation mark to represent word for word from other sources, and you use in-text citation to clearly indicate that this information is got from someone else. We'll go ahead to using plagiarism detection tools. We have in computer we have developed software like Turnitin and Grammarly or other plagiarism checkers that can help you to ensure that your work is free of unintentional plagiarism. These tools you can use them to check before publishing your work. You need to use this tool to check for any plagiarism, potential plagiarism that you might have omitted during crafting your document. Then we'll go ahead to the common knowledge, using common knowledge to avoid plagiarism. You don't need to cite common knowledge fact widely known and agreed upon, such as historical date, widely accepted scientific facts, and famous quotes. For example, and even for the capital city of nation, where especially if you are writing the document from that particular country, you can just say Kampala. You don't need to cite where you get that document from. Maybe you can just literally say the moon is white. You don't need to say that you need to cite from, maybe you got the information from NASA and what. So we will go ahead to the last bit, that is understanding academic integrity policies. You need to understand that the academic integrity policies, because different institutions and journals may have varying guidelines on plagiarism. Always familiarize yourself with your institution specific rules and ethics related to plagiarism. This would help you to avoid plagiarism at all costs. It's very important to do that, so you need to get the guideline from your institution or the institution you are going to publish on, and you get to know that. as you say, knowledge is power. That's all I have prepared for you in this episode. I will see you in my next episode. If you have liked this content, please like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and drop your comment, your tips on how to avoid plagiarism in the comment section. I will check on it. Thank you for being with us since the beginning.